Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl Schuster, and I'm the President of Carlson Marketing in Asia Pacific. I've been with the company for 9 years in this region. I've been invited along here this afternoon today by Oracle to share with you some of the key insights we've had at Carlson if you're involved in some way in building better relationships with your customers through the execution of loyalty programs. Today, we believe you need to balance the transactional aspect of customer relationships with interaction based on engagement, and this is now enabled by the new, less expensive channels that are beginning to emerge. Loyalty doesn't have to be just about getting people to use your product. Now it is about the customer spending time with your brand and rewarding people with content and information from the brand that they wouldn't otherwise necessarily have access to. And back in the old days, loyalty was all about points and prizes. It was about rewards. It was about mass targeting, mass direct marketing, and it was regarded very much as an expense that had to be controlled and managed on the P&L. Nowadays, we're seeing quite a lot of dramatic change. We're seeing relationships that are being managed truly on a one-to-one basis. And since Peppers and Rogers wrote the book many, many years ago on the whole one-to-one future, now, today, for the first time, we're really beginning to see it happen. So I'm about to share with you a laundry list of what we at Carlson believe to be the 10 must-haves for loyalty programs in 2010. Some of them will be more relevant to you than others. Some apply in particular industry verticals. Some might not be relevant to you at all. The point is that you'll see a sophisticated picture emerging, and it will allow you to get a sense of where you sit with your loyalty program, or if you're thinking about getting into it, the extent of the commitment that you need to make as an organization. So the first must-have is what we call multi-channel quick enroll. And any of you who are operating loyalty programs need to understand that in this day and age, getting people to enroll in your program really quickly and really easily at the outset is a critical success factor. So the use of email, SMS, mobile websites, banner ads, all that sort of stuff to get people interacting straight away is critically important. Initially, it's about getting people, capturing the identifier, capturing an email, bouncing back a membership number to them so they can start earning straight away. And then when it comes to the point of redemption, at a later point in the overall cycle, before they can actually redeem for the reward, you can then ask them for all the rich data that you want so that you can get into some sophisticated segmentation and targeting and so forth. The second must-have that we see emerging and that we're beginning to operate for our clients is what we call preference centers. And that's really about allowing the member to manage their communications choices themselves instead of us saying that you're going to get all this stuff. The individual member themselves choose the frequency with which they receive communications from you. They choose the channel, they choose the content, they choose the timing. You might be familiar with this yourselves. You know, if you do newspaper subscriptions, usually there's a preference center somewhere within the newspaper site where you can set out what and when you want to receive stuff. We're seeing for the old direct marketing diehards in the audience, and I know there are a few of them, member get member has always been a bit of a nuggety one, you know, that a lot have spoken about. It's getting a bit of a renaissance going because what we're beginning to see happen is that you can really clearly identify the top performing members in your loyalty program, the very best performers. And with all these new channels out there, you can get those people to become ambassadors for your brand and to recruit in people who look like them, who may be desirable in the loyalty program. Multi-channel code submission. Really, this relates specifically to consumer packaged goods. We have a number of clients around the world who are now adopting loyalty as a centerpiece of their strategy. We're working with some big brands like Procter & Gamble and Coke. And the use of unique codes and secret codes on packaging is a critical thing to build engagement and to direct people towards websites and put people into loyalty programs. So when a code appears on packaging, you can actually, if you have a camera on your phone, you can photograph it and submit it via MMS. You can hold it in front of your webcam if you've got a laptop and immediately submit it to the website. Andrew mentioned this earlier, dashboards is what it's all about. I've got an example here. Again, I apologize for the slide, but it's exactly as Andrew was outlining. You know, in the past, marketers were kind of burdened by the fact that they couldn't get all the information together in one spot in real time, that you had to go and gather stuff and analyze and compare and do your own analysis. Well, the reality is today, with the sort of technologies that are available, that you can build a dashboard, you know, where you've got all the critical KPIs brought together, whether it's contact center performance, acquisition numbers, retention, spend behavior, redemption, whatever it is, and it's all there for you on your PC, and you can do the drill down stuff that will help you make decisions about, you know, the campaigns and programs that you're operating. The sixth must-have is in the area of instant rewards. And again, if you think back to your own experience of loyalty in the past, you'd have to, you know, spend a long time spending and building up a points balance so that you could ultimately, you know, redeem it for that travel trip or the, you know, coffee maker or whatever it is. We're now beginning to see that electronic instant rewards are a great way of keeping people engaged, giving them morsels along the way so that they're feeling they're particularly involved with the program. The seventh must-have is what we call toolbars and widgets. So this is about the concept of, rather trying to drag the customer to your website the whole time, it's actually going out there and you know, bringing the message to them in their own environment and rewarding people for downloading and installing toolbars and widgets. The next one that is getting a lot of airtime and a lot of attention at the moment is this mobile program, a website idea. That the fact is, you may have a loyalty program website, but in this day and age, with the number of mobile devices out there and how consumers are migrating off that kind of computer screen onto the handheld device, actually making your website work in those environments is very, very important. Program fan pages and feeds are becoming a major feature of loyalty programs. We have program members who are very keen and love their programs, and they love to, you know, join Facebook pages, they like to Twitter. So creating those and launching them into the market and you know, encouraging members to visit is a critical thing. And the 10th must-have is what we call dynamic e-offers, and these will be highly personalized, highly relevant, highly location-based offers that you can get out to customers. So the closing challenge really is, you know, there's a lot of stuff going out there. You'll have been familiar with some of it. It's happening out in the marketing world. It's really beginning to land on the loyalty side of the equation. Loyalty is really beginning to take a serious place at the table, and it'll be interesting to see how many of these you will consider in 2010.